And hello everyone, Blade here, and welcome to another video of World of Warships. Now, before you guys ask, where is your, whatchamacallit, South Carolina? I sold it and I managed to get the Wyoming, which gets me one step closer to the carrier. Now about this ship, I'm not going to show any video about the Wyoming because it's not done yet. I am going to show you two replay movies of the South Carolina. As you guys can see here, this is the South Carolina. It's in all its glory before it was sent out to the scrapyard. Already had one match in my Wyoming, and that's how much XP. I got 2300 XP. I still need to do all the upgrades. But it does get me, like I said, it does get me one step closer to the Langley and to the promised aircraft carrier video that you, or some of you, are waiting for. But yeah, you're gonna have to be a little bit more patient with that. Yeah, this video is actually pre-recorded already. Like I said, I've been using replays, two of them, where I did pretty well, I gotta say, given my lack of experience with battleships, because they're, in my opinion, way too slow, take way too much time to reload, but I guess their punch makes up for it. Alright, so our first match, we are top tier, maximum tier, tier 3s, lowest tier, tier 2s. It's island, it's domination. They only got Kawachis, we got 3 South Carolinas, so we have the battleship advantage. And I guess here, in this match, there is a good example of tunnel vision. Because at some point, there are going to be a few ships who just tunnel vision either after me or at other people. So right now we just started. I'm already going immediately to the south of the map while rotating my turrets towards the enemy. Just gonna give myself a little bit of a look around, see what's going on, see what's moving, see what we have around. And, whoa, a little bit of a yawn there. It's a little bit early for me. Oh yeah, guys. This week I took the week off from work just to relax a little bit and yeah, do some more recordings. If you haven't checked out Hypnotoad's channel yet, I would definitely advise you guys to do that, because there is a Rocket League video out there with me in it, as well as Hypno, of course. We had a lot of fun, and yeah, that's about it actually. Right, so hello, what is that on the horizon? It is a Chester. So, I'm gonna aim roughly there. Let's see what hits. And 4 hits, 1 set on fire. A nice start to the show. And what else is there? That looks like a 10 Ryu. And it is a 10 Ryu. Unfortunately, I need 10 more seconds to reload. Come on. Torpedoes from
the enemy team is
Samson. Well, they won't reach. Yeah, right now I'm reversing just to get a little bit of a drop on that Samson, because he piqued my interest. Because Samsons, as you guys know, don't have the awesome torpedo range the Umikaze has, or the Wakatake, or whatever type of destroyer it is. Excuse my yawning here. Like I said, it is very, very early for me. Usually I don't wake up until 12 in the afternoon, but right now it is 7 o'clock in the morning. While I was doing this video, I couldn't sleep anymore, and I tried to get the most out of my week off. So there we go, 2 incapacitations immediately. The Samson is in quite the amount of pain. And I decided to go, you know what, let's at least get out of his torpedo range, because I believe he has a torpedo range of 5 kilometers. And hello, more torpedoes. I doubt they'll hit, so nope, they didn't hit, so I ignored them. Keeping an eye on the Samson. Just seeing where that first volley goes, a little bit wide. Let's see if that one hits. Nope, One goes before him, one goes over him. Up and over. And the funny thing is, what he keeps doing, he just keeps on chasing me. He is faster than me. There's a Wakatake over there. He has much better torpedoes. He doesn't fire his guns, nor does he launch his torpedoes. Now, that he doesn't launch his torpedoes is perfectly understandable, because his torpedo range is 5 kilometers, or 5.5 if he has the upgraded ones. Or I'm not even sure if he has 5.5. I don't think so. But if I were him, I would broken off pursuit long ago, since he has very flimsy armor. Yeah, those torpedoes won't hit. And at least approach from the sides, because there is his little friend, the Wakatake, as well. Just gonna make my presence known to him. Just gonna assert my dominance. There we go. 2 shells hit, 1 incapacitation, 1 set on fire. I saw the friendly destroyer on my right. And I immediately started turning against him, because I do not want to damage him. Even though I am much bigger, turn much slower, and my guns take a longer time to aim where I want them to go. But hey, everything to avoid a fine. And yeah, lose credits. Nope, that was a little bit too far ahead. Try again. There you go. 2 more incapacitations. There's gonna be a lot of incapacitations on this little video. Not entirely sure how much. My secondary armament is also waking up now. Thinking, well, we might actually get a shot on this. He is trying to hit me with his torpedoes, but that is also the problem with approaching a battleship from the back or the front. The silhouette is just too small to accurately aim for. So now that that is done, let's shift our attention to the Wakatake. There we go, another incapacitation. Not entirely sure what I hit there, because I was looking at something else. Come on, reload quicker. Alright, I believe the front guns are loaded. Torpedoes, just gonna have a quick look. And immediately turn left. What's that over there? A Tenryu. Well, looks like the Wakatake is smartening up and using his maneuverability to his advantage. That Tenryu also maneuvered just in the nick of time. And of course having some luck. And that was a hit from the Kawachi, if I was not mistaken. But let's ignore that one for now and focus on that juicy little cruiser on our side. We damaged his turrets, or one of his turrets, and set him on fire. That is another incapacitation. Right now we are already at 8 incapacitations. Man, try saying that word 3 times faster. So I was thinking, well, I might be able to steal this kill. Nope. Not today, Blade. Not today. And here we go. We got a St. Louis over there. Or I think it's a St. Louis. I'm not entirely sure. The Wakatake is still running away. And... oh, hello. Another South Carolina over there. Yeah, it's a St. Louis. And hello, Tenryu. But I did not fire because I was afraid I might hit these South Carolina. So right now, I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking here while using the first shot. I was actually a little bit frustrated by seeing the second shot going so incredibly wide. However, I believe the 4th one actually hit him, but didn't do any damage. But I hit him. And hitting is half the battle. And there's a Samson there over as well, getting his ass handed to him. There we go. Is the proper way of saying it. Let's see what those shells do. 1 hit. I think I got him 0. There we go. More hits in the back. 1 more hit, set him on fire. There's torps in the water to the South Carolina. I think he'll dodge it. I'm not entirely sure. Nope, he didn't dodge it. He died from the Tenryu over there.
The enemy team is
That
taking
very juicy target of the Tenryu. However, there's another one with much more HP over there. So I figured, you know what, let's use our high damaging shells for this. Now, you guys are probably wondering why I haven't switched over to AP yet. That is because I think, and this is just a theory, that these tier 3s are just too lightly armored for armor piercing ammo. Because you're gonna see in the next replay that I'm not sure if it was a Kawachi or a South Carolina that I'm using AP against. I'm only doing 800 damage to it. It's probably because either I don't have a good penetration or it over penetrates. I'm not sure. And here I'm just cussing at myself for not finishing him off. All the shots go wide except for one. And now he's reversing back, giving the, I believe it's Chester over there. Someone scratched my paint. I'll get back to him later. No, but, dang it, what was I talking about again? Wow, I am so uninteresting that even I forget what I'm talking about. That is amazing. I'm aiming a little bit on the low side, but I'm trying to get his waterline to do a lot of damage. There we go, another incapacitation. Let's see. Oh, and he's dead. Even better. So we're still showing our broadsides, but that is good. And we still are having our guns trained on the enemy. Unfortunately, our shells that are flying towards the enemy don't do much, since I'm missing all the time. Alright, time to turn around and turn those guns to bear upon that Tenryu over there. So now it's 2 battleships, a cruiser and a destroyer, versus a destroyer, a cruiser, another cruiser, and a battleship. This still can swing any kind of way. And that battleship is dodging quite the amount of torpedoes right now. And he's lucky that Tenryu was just out of his firing range. Otherwise he would have gotten an unpleasant surprise. Just seeing how the shells are traveling. Adjusting accordingly. And there we go. We took out his engine. You can see that by the little propeller signature going up. Ooh, that was a hit to a Citadel. And the big puff of smoke out of his stacks or chimneys. Some people say stacks, some people say chimney. I tend to use the word, or whatever word that is due. Ah, dang it. Again. Right, what do we still have left? A battleship. That is still alright, and that Tenryu. Fiddle something. Not entirely sure what his name was. There we go. We disabled his rudder and I believe his AA countermeasures, but I don't think you need AA countermeasures in just tier 3 games. So let's keep going. Another target hit. Another incapacitation, and I'm seeing that this battleship here, the South Carolina, is taking quite the beating from him. So time to quickly squeeze off 2 more rounds, because I was really afraid of hitting that thing. Another incapacitation. Right now we're already at 16 incapacitations. 32 hits, which is a lot for my standards. I usually don't get above 20 hits in battleships. There we go. Another incapacitation. We actually took out one of his torpedo tubes. Just checking where that Kawachi is. And I hopefully am in time. Oh yeah, this is good. This is going to hurt a bit. There we go, another Citadel hit, and ow! 2 torpedo hits, but there's more torpedoes. But luckily, that torpedo did not cause any flooding, so I could repair and buff myself up a bit more. While that ship is burning down. And that was that match. Apparently the Kawachi was already taken care of. And here we go. Replay number 1. It's quite the small little match. I recorded this at 3 in the morning, so there weren't many people online. So let's see how we fare here. Alright, we got 3 cruisers up in the north. 3 destroyers or cruiser, the battleship heading towards the south. And I decided, you know what, let's accompany the cruisers, because it's always nice to have some rapid firing support right next to you. A battleship alone is just a big juicy target to either planes or destroyers, especially IGN destroyers, because they, well, you guys probably know, you've seen it in my many destroyer videos, that I really prefer the IGN destroyers up, I believe, up until tier 6, because then the US destroyers get torpedoes again, or still have torpedoes, but get better torpedoes that have a higher range than their spotting distance. Now you can always correct me on that. I don't know the stats out of my head just yet, and I'm probably not gonna do that. So we have our first cruiser sighted there already, and 2 cruisers already opening fire. I'm not entirely sure what type of cruisers they are. Ah, there we go. A Tenryu, Shikuma, and a St. Louis. So our 210 Ryus, man, that is quite a tongue twister. Oh, they also have a Chester. Have already opened fire on the St. Louis. And I'm slowly lumbering towards them. I'm still using my signal flags, by the way, and I would really advise you guys to do the same. I believe I have the India Bravo Terra 3, which reduces the costs of fixing your ship after the match. Not entirely sure though, might need to check that out, but I think, yeah, it's the one that causes you to pay less money per repair after the match. Not entirely sure if that was the India Bravo Terra 3. Just keeping an eye on that ridge over there, because the St. Louis and the Chester are both behind there. There we go, that's the Chester. Key mark, its uprising bow and its 4 stacks situated quite low, and the St. Louis with its high stacks and its many guns. So I'm just making my presence known to them. However, he's not impressed. He's like, ah, dang it, more spray on the deck. How annoying you are. And let's see, what else is there? Well, that Chester I might be able to get. He is just scratching my maximum length there at 11.1 kilometers. However, he is turning away, so I'm just gonna do a desperate shot. But I already figured, you know, he's probably just gonna sneak out of range. 11.2, I'm just waiting for it to pop to 11.3. Apparently it doesn't. However, let's say, nope, 11.1. However, that St. Louis makes more for a much juicier target, so time to switch attention again. Shots go wide though, and over, wide and over. And that St. Louis just dodged a bunch of torpedoes. There we go, an incapacitation, took or damaged one of his guns. Not entirely sure if I took them out. More hits, I believe those were on his secondaries. Just taking my time, aiming a little bit in front of it. That is something you really need to do when you're playing a battleship. You need to have patience. That's something that you don't need to have when you're in a cruiser, because you shoot so fast that it doesn't matter if your first volley misses. You can just fire, fire, reload, fire, reload, fire, reload. Especially on the Kuma and the St. Louis, they all have that. It looks like he's still using a block shot, not his consecutive one. That is something that there's still discussions on going on over the forums. Wow, I never noticed that big puff of smoke out of his stacks until now, but pretty cool. Come on, kill him, kill him, kill him. Alright, that one then. Nope, and that's probably gonna give the kill to someone else. Yep. But yeah, there's still a big discussion on what kind of way of shooting is better. Just shooting all guns at once or one at a time. The opinions are divided on it, and I'm not even sure on what is good and what is not. Anyway, I'll just leave that to your own devices. If you prefer shooting all your guns at once, be my guest, shoot all your guns at once. For me, it is a little bit of both. If I'm in my Kuma, I usually tend to shoot all the guns at once. Same goes for my Phoenix. But yeah, if you're in a battleship, you cannot. You don't have that luxury because it takes more than 20 seconds, I believe. Well, actually 20 seconds. Oh, and here's the AP stuff that I was talking about. But yeah, it takes 20 seconds to reload these guns, which is quite a lot of time. So you better make your shots count. There we go. We got AP loaded. Now to slowly crawl towards that Kawachi over there. So let's see, they still have 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 2 battleships. We have 3 cruisers, 1 destroyer and 1 battleship, which is me. They have a slight advantage, but not much, just by 1 ship. There we go. He is in range right now, just fairly guessing of where the shells might land. It looks like they're good. Only 800. Again, 810. Not very impressed by it. I still have 2 guns loaded with AP, so I was deciding whether or not to change back. As in, do I still keep this ammo in there or do I switch back to HE? Also, a funny thing to notice is that, oh well, there went the Kawachi, is that there's still not a single scratch on my ship. I still got full HP. However, the Tenryu has it as well. Just noticed him turning, pre-aiming again. I also noticed that I don't see the length marker. There we go. 2 hits to a citadel, actually. There we go. Poor little Tenryu. Now, this of course shows the damage armor piercing can do, but I also believe that with softer targets that high explosive can also hit the citadel. But yeah, this kind of caused me to think, you know what, let's just keep AP in here for just a smidge longer until he's dead. And now we switch back to HE because I noticed that there's 1 battleship left. He's in the south. So that means that there's destroyers over there and AP is totally useless against them because they have flimsy armor. You just puncture holes in them instead of just blowing them out of the water. So there we go. We're switching to HE. I notified the team that we should head back to base and defend because it is just 1 battleship over there. And hello, what is that? That looks like a Samson. It is a Samson. And this is what I meant a few videos back. That if you are going full power and use your smokescreen, that happens to you. You're going sometimes you go too fast and your ship pops out of the smoke before it can lay down the next smoke plume. So that's why you pop in and out of visibility every few seconds while using the smokescreen. And this is something that the captain of the Samson did not notice. Torpedoes? They'll miss. And I did hit him. Not sure how much damage I did though. And it looks like that's a Wakatake? Or Umikaze. Well, he was getting sassy. Let's see, what do we have? What is that? That looks like a Wakatake. And he is so preoccupied with that cruiser up in the north. And even though he just got hit by me, he still is not changing course.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Which caused him to lose his ship. Another thing you should do in a destroyer, keep weaving. Even if you're hit once, that should have been a sign to go like, oh, well, someone has me zeroed, I'll better change course in order for them to reacquire me, but nope. Right, so there's a Samson and a Kawachi. And I just thanked Chester for drawing fire and drawing attention to that destroyer that I just destroyed. So I could take my sweet chance and just take care of him. Now there's still a Samson and a Kawachi left. The Samson wised up and retreated out of my spotting range, and there's just 2 little cruisers Shikuma and a Tenryu. I believe both of them are in firing range, or at least the Tenryu is. The Shikuma, I'm not entirely sure. But they are battling it out with that Kawachi, and I'm just still keeping an eye on that flank over there, on my right flank, because it could be that that Samson might be hiding behind the islands, and I think that Samson thought that he might draw me into those islands where he could ambush me, because that is what U.S. low tier destroyers excel at. Just close range ambushing, like hiding behind islands, dropping smoke screens, using their speed boost to get in close, fire their torpedoes, and hopefully sink the ship before they can turn their guns towards the Samson and nuke it out of the water. However, another way of getting a destroyer, an enemy destroyer, out of cover is by capping their base, which the Shikuma is about to do. Right about now. There we go. Enemy base capture. It has started, but this also was brought to the attention of the... Oh, it's a South Carolina. Whoops. Here I was constantly saying that it's a Kawachi. Turns out it's a South Carolina. Anyway. But yeah, that South Carolina noticed the Shikuma. And even though the Shikuma is just showing his bow, South Carolina has no problem picking him off. It's probably because the Shikuma was standing still for a second and is now slowly reversing. He's still out of my range, so I still need to get closer. Going full power, the full 18 knots being brought to bear. Oh well. Oh, there we go. He finally found the throttle again, so even the Shikuma is moving forward now. However, is that wise to do? No, I would have hidden behind that island a little bit to the right of me. Just still in the cap circle, but at least you're somewhat behind cover. There we go, he's in firing range. Time to send out the candies. 1353 damage. Another 1353 damage, and we cracked open some guns. Now I noticed the Shikuma was retreating and backing up. That's good. However, he should have retreated to cover. I did my best to actually shield him from a couple of shells, because I'm still seeing that the South Carolina is still trying to pick him off, trying to reset the counter again. And just maybe even getting a cheap kill. So I thought, you know what, let's head towards him. I'm still in complete mint condition. I can take a lot of pounding still. So here we go. I'm just keeping my eye on him. He just opened fire. I hoped that his shells would hit my towers or hit my stacks or chimneys. Nope, they went slightly over. And I guess that South Carolina figured out what I was doing, because he was not shifting his attention to me, but he still kept his eye on the Shikuma. Yeah. Oh, hello. That was an armor piercing hit. I noticed. I didn't even notice that I switched to armor piercing there, but all right. Oh, and there went the Shikuma. Yar, she be going down. So right now it's still a Chester and a Tenryu versus a South Carolina and a Samson. Still not sure where the Samson was. However, at some point he was spotted. And he's close. There we go. We set him on fire. We immediately extinguish his fire. Not to worry. There you go. He's back on fire. That's also a thing that when you... Oh, hello. What's that on the map? Is that a destroyer I see? Time to switch attention, because a destroyer, even though this far in the game, a destroyer can ruin your day. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do yours. Just gotta make sure, and boom goes the dynamite.
Enemy destroyer.
Right, last one. Looks like he's slowing down. Oh well, I don't mind. Still in mint condition, so bring it. And I still have all 3 repair abilities still available, so... And let's see. I think this is a... well, no. Alright, I think the next salvo might actually finish him off. Not entirely sure anymore. Come on. Nope. We need a few more, folks. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. I think that got him. Nope. Still not. Man, he's resilient. There we go. Anyway, guys, that was it for now and for today. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. This was Blade, and hopefully see you all on the next video. Goodbye.